I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Hill. Today, I wanted to talk about what is the secret of lucky, effortless flow, and why do some people seem to have it easier than others? What makes some people always come out on top? Like, what's that special sauce, What makes them lucky? How do they just seem to effortlessly attract everything they want? And what's the number one thing that all spiritual people need to do above all else? And how can you be among these lucky people? Like, what's stopping you? And let's talk about that. I see a lot of people that seem to have a lot of certifications, but struggle so much with just this one basic thing, which I think is one of the most important things that there is, honestly. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. Today's podcast comes from my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions, where I come on live every Thursday. The secret of effortless flow, when people have it and you don't. And then you're like, what is the deal? Like, have you ever seen people who are, not only are they lucky, but it's like, you don't even think they're great people. And you're like, here I am, working on being a good human, working on being, spiritual and listening to the universe and all those things. Why are they luckier than me? Okay, so here is why. It is basic law of attraction, but stay with me because this might be some things you haven't heard yet, okay? First of all, people who have effortless flow, who can find happiness, things seem to work out for them, you are seeing them with their belief. So you could have master's certifications in 100 things, but if you do not believe that spirit, universe, God has your back, is working for you, then nothing you do will work. That is the plain truth. You have to believe that spirit has your back. You have to believe that the universe is working in your favor. You have to believe that every single thing that happens to you is purposeful. It's for your life and your growth, and there's so much to learn from it. And people who do that, who are always looking for the miracle, who are always looking for the sign that the universe has their back, they trust and believe in everything that happens. I mean, everything. Car breaking down, job loss, hard things, losing people they love even. That everything has a purpose, that it's supposed to happen that way. And they learn not to go into shame, blame, those dark feelings, or nobody loves me, or the universe hates me, or spirit guides never help me. Like, they don't go there. And you are seeing that. So you don't see me saying, my car broke down, I was going to trade it in, I was going to buy a new car, now I don't have a car to walk to pick up my kid yesterday. Instead, you see me saying, Spirit's really teaching me a huge lesson here. And because I do not want to buy a car with a huge payment every month, because I have never had to do that and I don't want to, and yet I want that brand new car that has all the bells and whistles, then I am watching Spirit bring that to me. I'm watching it happen. And you don't see me for a second going, oh, the things happen. Why do they happen to me? Why are the people lucky? Because that's what lucky people do. And when you see people doing that, that's what you're seeing, is them in their belief in spirit. And that's a huge thing. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. I'm not going to say that I always do it, but I have learned that when things happen, I don't go to, why is this always happen to me? Instead, I go to, what's the purpose of this? Why is this happening? What do I need to release? What do I need to clear? What do I need to do? I immediately go and have a session. I have sessions every month. I work on over 100 people during the month, and I need to also watch myself. So I have 2 sessions a month at least. And if you're working on hundreds of people a month, you need to do the same thing. You need to protect the vessel that you're using to work on other people. So that's what I do. I go have a session. What's happening? How can I fix it? How can I get there? So if you don't feel like you're one of these lucky people, then what's stopping you? Because this, I'm sure it's not total news to you. You know that these lucky people that they're doing these things. So here's the main question. If you already know what it is, why aren't you doing it? What's stopping you? Why isn't that where your thoughts go? What can you do about it? Because the truth is that it's more than just, I'm just going to do that thing then. Have you been trying to do that thing for years and it hasn't happened? I'll give you an example. I have been trying, and I said this in my last live, for the past 13 and a half years, I have been trying to get back to a daily yoga practice or a weekly yoga practice, and I have not done it since becoming a mom. And I have tried and tried to watch that video, do that thing, maybe join that place or this place, and nothing has worked. So 13 and a half years later, I should have done this a long time ago. I said, you know what? Universe, bring me someone who can help. And then I did, or they did. They brought me someone, and I signed up to work with this woman who helps you build a daily yoga practice one-on-one. And you know what? It's not crazy expensive. It's not any more than I was paying for upkeep of my body from not doing yoga. So that's what I'm doing now. So the question to you is, if you have been trying this over and over to look at the good side, look for the miracle, look for the sign that the universe has my back, believe that everything that happens is for a reason, then it's time to try something else, because if it's not working, then it's not working. If it is working, then do more of it. You know what I mean? But if it's not working, then it's time for a session to clear out what's not working. And it's time to answer these questions. Okay, do you spend time every day, every other day, or most days, either sitting in silence, contemplation, walking in nature, being in the present moment in silence, meditating, using your healing modality that you spent money on, that you have, channeling? Do you channel? Do you want to channel? I've got a class on Sunday. Anybody can learn to channel safely with their spirit guides on Sunday. If you've been trying to get to a place where you can look for the sign, trust, and expected things, and it's not, then you just have to try something new, okay? I'm not saying, you messed up. I'm saying, look at what you're doing. If the same thing over and over is not helping you, then you have to try something new. You're going to have to get help. You're going to have to reach out to someone to help you. That's what we're here for, to help each other. So if it's not working for you, reach out, because it's not just about think happy things. You know, that's not going to work. You need to work on your shadow work. You need to figure out what it is. Sometimes your shadow work has to do with things you would never think that it is about. It might be not the thing you think it is. Sometimes you need a little outside help to look in and say, hey, this is about such and such. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. It could be that, or it could be something else. Like, everything that is happening in your life has to do with an emotion that needs to be processed. These emotions in your auric field, they're sticky, right? And things stick to them. Entities can stick to them. Psychic implants can stick to them. Lots of things can stick to them. And sometimes blocks, that's where you have the block. That block wouldn't stay there if you didn't have that emotion that's grabbing onto it. So you release the emotion, you accept it, you have someone help you release it, or you release it yourself. Take that time. Now it cannot hurt you. Now look, you could do this all yourself. It'll take a while and you'll have to be very, very dedicated, and you can do it. But if you can't get to a place where you make yourself do it, then you have a block. You have a block about it. So I have people say, oh my gosh, I need your help. I have this entity and it's terrible. And then they never get the help. I have so many people say, I'm going to get that session. I know I need it. And they never get the session. They don't never do it. They prioritize lots of other things, but they aren't prioritizing that. And so that's a sign in itself that you may have an entity that's keeping you from doing that, or you're just not putting yourself first. And this is not all about, hey, get sessions with me. I know that as a shamanic channel and mentor, my sessions are a little pricey, but that shouldn't stop you, because you also have Missy Sullivan, who's in my Sound Waves Heal practitioner sign up, and she's $75 for a half hour. So I know that a lot of you can do that. And I have donation-based sessions. They are group sessions, but they help. Do you have one of those? Do you have $1? You know, if you can't use PayPal, did you reach out and ask me if you could pay another way? What's stopping you? Are you doing these things? Or are you saying, I'm going to do these things? And I'm just saying, if you keep finding yourself saying, I'm going to do these things, then again, you are stuck in a rut, and it's time to bust out of it. You need help. You need a session. And maybe not just one session is going to change your life. You may need more than one session. You need some sessions. It's like people will go to a counselor and understand that, or go to the doctor every year, but Have you had a spiritual clearing this year? Have you had it this month? Did you have a mentorship or spiritual session lately? Have you had one? Because if you haven't, why not? Why aren't you prioritizing yourself in this way? And if you are a light worker, that's so easy. You have modalities, you have things. Then if cost is a factor, then you are already there where you can barter with a friend and you can work on each other. I have been bartering with Gia Hooper for 8 years. We used to work on each other every single week when we had time, when we were first starting. She did yoga with me. That was probably the closest I got to doing yoga for some time at that time. She was amazing. And she did Reiki. And I taught her all these classes that I teach now, and I worked on her. And now her whole thing has changed, and that's what she does for a living. And she's amazing. She has no more time to teach me yoga, unfortunately, because that was so amazing. But we still work on each other once or twice a month, every single month, and we barter and we help each other all the time. And you really should have someone to do that for you if you have the same skills. If you have the skills and you're having a hard time working on yourself, you work on someone else. Okay, see, Miss K says, I've never had one until your life, never had a session. Yes, so individual sessions are so much more lit than group sessions. Group sessions are great and can help you so much, and it can really bring things up and you can keep working on it. But individual session will bring you, hopefully, if you go to the right person, messages on what to do to stay clear so that you're not addicted to the session, have to keep having the sessions because you don't know what to do on your own. They should be enlightening. They should be encouraging. They should help you help yourself as well. And they bring through all this information that you didn't know, and they can really help you. And there's also sometimes there's other reasons why you might have that block. Okay, it might not just be an emotion or resistance. It could be an entity. And it could be if you have entities, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, and you can find that if you can't stay clear. If you can't stay clear, there's probably more to work on. It could be emotions, sure. Like most people, it's emotions, but also past lives, concurrent lives, future lives, timelines to untangle. It could be something you need to accept or forgive. It could be an entity derailing you. And I talk about this all the time, but do you ever hear this voice in your head saying shit that you would never say to yourself? That is an entity. And an entity, once cleared, is gone forever. But if you don't know why you had that entity, if the person who removes the entity does not tell you, I removed this entity and you got it because of this, and you need to do this to keep from doing it, and this most likely has to do with emotions. It's not just like sage your house. That's not going to do it. Although they can help paired with other things. Then you need to know why you are calling back its identical thing. So entity is once cleared, it should be gone forever if it's truly well cleared, but its identical can come in if you don't know why. And then you could have a physical object with an attachment that keeps you unclear. I had a client who had all this entity built into all of her tarot and oracle cards, and she had to either clear each one or she had to throw them all away. Of course, if you have please tell me you don't, but if you have a Ouija board, you're going to burn that right now and reject everything about it. Okay, something like that, Could be house portals, could be a hex or a curse. These things happen. They attach themselves to emotions in your field. It could be an untruth you're buying into. Oh, spirit never helps me. Spirit never gives me a message. Nothing good ever happens. That kind of stuff. You got to clear those things. And we talked about those kind of things before. But today I'm really just talking about if something isn't working for you, instead of just like digging deeper, doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to need to go and get some extra help. So you need clear, actionable steps. You need an evaluation of what's happening, what's causing this. You need a clearing of yourself in maybe your space. What to do next, you need to have your spirit guides tell you. So if you can trans-channel, or you can channel by taking your ego out. So that's the great thing about trans-channeling, is you got to take your ego out. In fact, I'm going to do some trans-channeling for you in a minute. I'm going to bring in Alpar-a-Be-am, my blue avian friend. But if you can't get a message without your ego involved, then you might need a message from someone else if you're really tied up with some things happening or you're really emotional about this issue. But if you can trans-channel, then you can take your ego out and ask your guides, what's happening? What can I do to get past this block? I teach trans-channeling and I love to teach it. You can do it very, very safely. Of course, I teach very, very, very safely how to trans-channel, starting with your spirit guides, and even how to channel with your spirit guides. So you just need to release whatever's in your way from doing this work. And you need to train your brain by doing these things all the time. So that's the thing. Our brain is already trained. We're already trained to go to the bad thing. If you're doing the same thing over and over and you've trained your brain to do that, now you have to release that and train your brain to do something. We need to be looking for the reason that it's happening. You need to be looking for the lesson. Expect the universe to send you flowers. Expect the universe to send you signs or cash from out of the blue or discounts, ease, grace, the perfect helpers, the perfect clients, and more. You got to look for it, expect it, know it's there, affirm the signs, celebrate every tiny win. And if all of that is hard, then you need help. Okay? I don't often come on here and say, go get a session. So this is the one time I'm going to do it. Don't keep trying to do the same thing, therefore wasting months of your life while things are falling apart. And here we do have some new things that can help, okay? If you need help staying clear because you need to train your brain to stop calling entities or anything like that, Missy Sullivan, who is a Sound Waves Heal practitioner, has a new thing. It's called Consistent Weekly Clearing and Clear Training. Okay, this is a weekly healing, and it starts at $188 a month, which is not very much. Okay, and you can even get a break on that down to $155 if you pay for 3 months at a time, and you will get every week a clearing. In 2 weeks of the month, you'll get a deep clearing. And that is something that can help you because she will give you actionable steps. She will give you an evaluation. She'll tell you what's happening. She'll tell you how to get out of it. Because sometimes when people come and they have such deep problems with spirit, then just one session's not going to fix. The brain training is what you need, how to really get past that. And if you're pretty clear already, then maybe trance channeling is what you need. How to get messages from your spirit guides through trance channeling or channeled writing. If you're great at being in 0 point energy, You can also get TAG mentorship. So TAG Lightworkers also has consistent sessions every month in up level, TAG up level. You can have consistent sessions with me where you're just on it, You've got that 1 session a month, or you've got that 2 sessions a month and clearing every week for me. You get a lot of things with these, and you get TAG, which is many sessions all week included in the huge library of Lightworker classes and the huge volumes of programs that have all the spirit guides and different kinds of ascension guides to connect to and to be healed from. So there's a lot of things available to you. But I just wanted to really talk about that. If you do not trust in spirit, if you do not think that spirit can help you, then that is the main thing that you need to work on. That is the number one thing. Here we go, I'll put it on the screen. What is the number one thing that all spiritual people need to do above all else is trust that spirit has your back. The trust that spirit's going to help you, and never say the negative of that. You're always going to say, spirit is here to help me. The universe has my back. You're always going to say that, and you need to believe in that. If you can't believe in that, then that is your biggest priority before you do anything else. Because how can you help other people if you don't even believe? Faith is required for spiritual work. And if you don't have it, then spiritual work's not for you. If you can't bring yourself to have it, but you want to, then it's time to do some consistent work on yourself with some help. Okay? Yeah, Missy is very, very powerful. Yeah, good. If you trust, if you believe, then it's time to see what's stopping you from being the person that sees all the good and everything. From being the person who is always looking for the sign, who always knows our universe has their back. It takes time. It takes time to build that. And I'm getting better and better at it every week. And I always do look for the lesson. I do. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is bring in Alpar-a-Be-am. He has some things he'd like to say. Alpar-a-Be-am is a blue avian being. He is on the luckier council. So the blue avians call themselves a luckier. That's what they call themselves to me. Perhaps you get something else, and that's fine. That's what I get. And he's on the luckier council, which is like a galactic council. So the galactic council has a luckier on it, but that's the one that I channel sometimes called Don L. But Alpar-a-Be-am is my guide, and he's my partner guide. He's the one that I channel the most. So let's bring him in. Okay. It is absolutely true that you can build a new way of being and a new habit of thinking by training yourself with the new way over and over in the same way that you trained yourself with the negative way. And so It just takes time, 21 to 40 days to build a new habit. And the habit begins by catching yourself when you are bringing forth the old habit. This is what you do. You constantly replace the old habit with a new habit. And the new habit would be to release the emotion or accept the emotion that is coming up, and then accept the next one and the next one and the next one until you feel good. And then to use thoughts, love, or actions. And as you do this, you will find that it becomes a habit over time. And if you cannot do this yet, then of course it is time to begin. And if you find you cannot do it yourself, then you may reach out and have someone else help you. Am I paraphrasing? Yes, in my own way. Did you know what my purpose is in this life? If you haven't heard, I am in an incarnated life. I am not a spirit guide in spirit. I am a blue avian, as you call me, a luckier. And I am in what you might call a spaceship and what I would call a plane of existence, which is right over your earth. We are not in the third dimensional space, but in a fifth dimensional and higher space. There are many here from many places. Some are here and many other beings as well who have come as your spirit guides or your partner guides or your helpers to help you create the life that you wish, to heal yourself and maybe to heal others as a light worker. Most of us here in my space are helping light workers, and I help them to connect to you, and Rachel helps you and others like you to connect to them or to other guides who are here to help you. This is what you call your starseed guides. That is who I work with. Your helpers from past lives who are incarnate in another planet or plane at this time. And everyone has them and everyone has access to them, and we can help you in this way. And to learn is easy enough. That's what I'll leave you with. That and a healing to help you get to the root of what is not serving you today so that you can create a better life for yourself by releasing it. So concentrate by working on your breath, concentrating on your breath and releasing, and let your mind flow. And whatever comes up is what you are releasing. All right, I'm back. All right, I hope that was helpful. He did sort of paraphrase it, didn't he? But it's so much easier when he says it. I could have saved you 30 minutes and just had him tell you that one thing, right? Thank you all for coming. And remember, if you need help, we have lots of ways to help. There's donation-based healings on my site. There's consistent weekly clearing and clear training with Missy Sullivan. Starts at $188 a month. You can even get it for less, for $155 a month. That's a great deal. There's tag mentorship, tag and consistent sessions with me, or just one-on-one sessions, individually purchased, bundles, whatever you need. I would love to help you create that life for yourself with this work. And of course, I'd love to train you to help other people do it in whatever way that you're supposed to do it. I love to train people to work with trance channeling and to work with higher beings of light and to work in higher realms, higher dimensions, higher densities, to heal with shamanic trance and to heal people very deeply. So I love that. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. If you are a healer or spiritual entrepreneur, present or future, I'd like to invite you to my Facebook group, 5D Daily, Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions, where I'll be live for more discussion and questions on Thursdays. I'll put the link in the show notes. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal.